Imagine you look up tonight, as you've done 1,000 times, expecting to see a familiar, glowing orb. But it's not there. The moon, the great silver sentinel of our night sky, is simply gone. No explosions, no warning, just an empty black void where it used to be. The absence of something so familiar, so fundamental, would be the first sign of a coming catastrophe. The moon is more than just a beautiful object in the sky. It is the silent engine of our planet, the key to our tides, our seasons, and perhaps even the stability of life itself. This is a story about what happens when that engine suddenly stops. In this timeline, the moon vanishes, and we are forced to confront the brutal truth that our world is a finely tuned machine, and a single missing piece can lead to its total and irreversible destruction. This isn't just a story about a world without a moon. It's a story about a planet spiraling out of control and a humanity fighting for its very last days. The immediate catastrophe. The first 48 hours. The first effects would not be felt in the sky, but on the oceans. The moon's gravitational pull is the primary force behind our planet's tides. Without it, the water in our oceans would have no pull to respond to. The entire global ocean system, which has been flowing in a rhythmic cycle for billions of years, would suddenly be freed. The immediate effect would be a single, massive, and global tidal surge. The Great Tsunami. The water that once formed the high tide would not simply disappear. Instead, it would be released, creating a colossal, continent-spanning wall of water that would surge away from the shores and then back again, but with no moon to regulate it. Coastal cities, home to billions of people, would be wiped clean from the map. The coastlines of every continent would be utterly devastated, and there would be no safe place to run. This single cataclysmic event would be the first sign of the moon's disappearance, and it would claim billions of lives in a matter of hours. The shifting axis. But the tides are just the beginning. The moon's gravitational pull is also responsible for stabilizing Earth's axial tilt. Our planet spins on a slight tilt, which gives us our predictable seasons. Without the moon's stabilizing force, Earth would begin to wobble on its axis like a spinning top that's losing momentum. At first, the wobble would be slight, but as it increases, the seasons would become more erratic and extreme. In some regions, summers would be impossibly hot, and winters would be impossibly cold. In others, the seasons would disappear entirely, creating a world of unpredictable chaos. The night sky. In this chaotic first 48 hours, there would be one moment of eerie, terrifying calm. With no moon in the sky, the night would be much, much darker. But without its brilliant light, the stars would be more visible than ever before. For a brief moment, humanity would get a glimpse of a sky full of galaxies and nebulae, a celestial panorama that we've never been able to see before. It would be a beautiful and haunting reminder of the universe we are a part of and the cosmic insignificance of our small, broken world. The long-term consequences: a new, hostile planet. The immediate chaos of the first days would give way to a slow, grinding decline. The moon's disappearance would not just change our planet, it would fundamentally alter its ability to sustain life. Climate collapse and extinction. The wobbling of the Earth would lead to a complete breakdown of our climate. The poles would become so frigid that they would extend their ice caps, creating a new glacial age. The equatorial regions would bake in an endless summer, turning them into uninhabitable deserts. The constant shift in the planet's tilt would make life in any single region impossible. This would lead to a mass extinction event far greater than any in human history. The human race would be forced to abandon the coasts, and then the far north and south, in a desperate, last-ditch attempt to find a habitable zone. Evolution and the web of life. The moon's tides have been crucial for the evolution of life on Earth. The tidal pools, where ocean life was forced to adapt to life on land, were a key part of the evolutionary process. Without the moon, these natural laboratories would disappear. The web of life, which is so dependent on the moon's pull on our plant and animal life, would begin to fray. Certain species of animals rely on the moon's light for navigation, and certain plants rely on its cycle. The entire rhythm of nature would be disrupted, and the results would be catastrophic. The human response. Humanity would be forced to retreat. Governments, which are designed to deal with problems on a national scale, would be useless against a global catastrophe. Survival would depend on small, nomadic communities that follow the changing climate in a desperate attempt to find a livable patch of land. This would be a return to a more primitive way of life, where our biggest challenge isn't war or politics, but simply finding food and water. The unseen changes. The philosophical impact. Beyond the physical devastation, the moon's disappearance would have a profound psychological effect on humanity. The moon has been a part of our mythology and our sense of time for as long as we have been human. Its loss would be a constant, haunting reminder of our own fragility. The moon's phases gave us a way to measure time, and its constant presence gave us a sense of security and stability. Without it, our calendars would become meaningless and our traditions would be lost. The loss of a familiar, comforting presence in the sky would be a heavy psychological blow, a constant visual reminder that our world is fundamentally broken. Our stories, our songs, and our art would all have to be rewritten to make sense of a world that is so alien and so terrifying. If you had a chance to save the moon, but it meant the end of all human life, would you do it? Do you think humanity, facing a global catastrophe, would unite as one? Or would our divisions only intensify? And the moon has been a part of every human culture and religion. If it disappeared, would we lose a piece of our humanity as well? In this timeline, the world is a broken place, a place of constant struggle and slow decay. It shows us that our planet is not a static object, but a living, breathing system, and the moon is its silent, unseen heart. We are so used to seeing it there, but we never truly appreciated its role until it was gone. This timeline may seem like a fantasy, but it shows us just how balanced our world truly is. If you want to keep exploring the what-ifs and see how our world could be different, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Timeline Shift, and get ready for our next adventure.